What's up guys, Meredith with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we are checking out the Raxiom Axial Series LED taillights with a halo, black housing, and smoke lens fitting all 2010 through 2018 Ram 2500s with the factory halogen taillights. Now whether you have damaged or worn factory taillights or you just don't love the way that they look anymore and want a stealthy set to bring some more character to your build, these are going to be a fantastic choice. Now while they'll add more of that aggressive appearance to the back with the smoked construction, they're also going to be sure to up your lighting performance if you're in search of a more modern and stylish appearance compared to the dull factory halogen bulbs. Now, as you can see, these are going to be very dark with that smoke here. You can barely see the lighting through them when they're off, but that dark smoke is going to match perfectly with builds that favor black with a dynamic appearance to the lighting on the inside, completely switching it up from the factory style. Now, the outer border will feature a red DRL halo style that is going to consist of a fiber optic light bar standing out very well against that dark smoke that these have. Now in the center, this is also going to have a cluster of red LEDs up at the top for your brake light, and the lower portion of the cluster of white LEDs is going to be for your reverse light. Now again, even with the dark lens on top, the high output LEDs are going to make the back of your truck stand out, add more of that modern feel, and help you in backing up at night thanks to the improvement with the LEDs over your halogen setup. This set will have a black ABS plastic housing, being very resilient, holding up well over time, and it's molded to factory spec for a well-fitted appearance. The lens on the front is going to be made of a polycarbonate plastic, which is pretty standard for lighting considering that it's resistant to any lighter impacts and the elements over time. The full LED build will also be one of the biggest upgrades here when it comes to the construction, thanks to the long-lasting design of the LEDs, so you don't have to maintenance them like you otherwise would a halogen bulb, and the high output of the lights themselves is going to be super bright and clean, but also they're going to be long lasting because of their efficient design. Now, even though you are getting upgraded lighting here, this is still going to remain plug and play for a hassle and headache-free install. These are about $300, which is on the affordable side of the spectrum for a set of upgraded taillights. Now, lighting does really just come down to personal preference in design, and this one has more of that straightforward look than some other super flashy choices, while still offering a lot out of the appearance if you want a good balance between the two. They're also fully LED, which is a huge step up from factory, and will have a 3-year limited warranty to back the lighting, so for $300, I think that that's a pretty good deal. Install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. This should take you about 45 minutes to get them installed. I honestly would say less because it is that easy of an install, so you'll probably get done sooner. Now at this point, we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how you can get these on your Ram 2500 at home. So that's gonna wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and jump into the install.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, T25 Torx bit, a pair of needle nose pliers, and a small Phillips head screwdriver. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some taillights on our Ram, but before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a short video on how to remove your factory taillights, and we'll see you when you get back.
All right, so now we're going to take our stock taillight out. What we're going to do is we're going to grab our ratchet and a T25 socket and take our 2 screws out of the inside of the taillight. All right, we're just gonna pull your taillight straight out. All right, now we just have our 2 connectors. Right here we have our red locking tab. Just gonna pull that back. We're gonna squeeze down the tab here, pull the connector off, and same thing down here. Squeeze on the connector, pull that off. All right, now you should repeat those same steps for the other taillight.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we've removed our factory taillights, it's time to get ready to install our new setup here. And one thing we need to do before we can place these on is to install a bracket onto our ballast so we can mount that inside the area where the taillight goes. So we've got our bracket here. We're gonna go ahead and line our ballast up with the 2 mounting holes. We're gonna grab our 2 provided Phillips head screws, as well as our lock nuts. Go ahead and get these on. Now this is very small hardware, so you definitely don't want to drop it and lose track of it. Go ahead and get both of these on. just like so. Now, because of how small these lock nuts are, we're just going to go ahead and use needle nose pliers to grab onto them. It's a little bit easier. And we'll grab a Phillips head screwdriver. We'll go ahead and tighten these down. Do the same thing for this one. So now we can go ahead and get this plugged in, and these are the same style as your factory connectors. So our reverse light connector, we go right down here. We'll make sure that clicks into place, followed by our main light connector. And then fully seat that, and lock that safety tab on. Sometimes these are a little stubborn. Okay. Once we have those on, we'll go ahead and grab our ballast. We're gonna tuck the wires and set that right back behind in here on this little lip. And we're gonna grab our vampire clip. Go ahead and get that on. That's gonna lock that bracket in place. Now we'll go ahead and line up our two outside locator tabs. Make sure those are seated. Then we can reinstall our factory T25 torque screws. We'll get these started. And we'll tighten those back down again with our T25 Torx bit on our ratchet. Now once you've got this side installed, you can go ahead and do these same things for the other side. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Raxiom Axial Series LED taillights with halo and black housings and smoke lenses for your 10 to 18 Ram 2500 with factory halogen taillights. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.